Edgar Lungu that DRC stakeholders consider a negotiated settlement on the disputed presidential elections results. South Africa's International Relations Minister Lindiwe Sisulu held a media briefing today. SABC foreign editor Sophie Mokoena was there and joins us in the studio now. Good evening, Sophie. Thank you for joining us.
Mahendra.
Now, Edgar Lungu, the chair of the SADC's organ on defense and politics, has made a proposal for a government of national unity in the DRC. Has this issue been communicated to all the stakeholders in the DRC?
Well, my source tells me that this issue was communicated with all the stakeholders, particularly the two guys I'm talking about, Tshisekedi and Fayulu, that this is the proposal. And I'm told that apparently a proposal didn't come from Tshisekedi, actually. Therefore, they had to engage him to talk about this issue. The problem there is that you have many issues. One, that there were areas that were not involved in the elections.
Excluded
and
from the elections.
A big number.
Yes.
And when you exclude a number of a population in the elections, you can't say elections are credible and fair. Secondly, we know that Fayulu is contesting the results, and we know that the Catholic Church has also pointed out that they don't agree with the outcome of the result. They even spoke to the United Nations Security Council. It is for that reason Edgar Lungu, the current chair of the organ on politics and security and cooperation within the SADC region, is proposing that perhaps the leaders must come together and discuss this issue, and all stakeholders must come together and find a solution. And one solution can be the government of national unity.
Now, what has been the reaction from SADC countries, especially South Africa?
South Africa says it supports all the initiatives that will assist the DRC, to find peace. And therefore, whatever the organ on politics, defense, and cooperation in terms of security is saying, they will support that. Anyway, we are members of the SADC region, and you know that leaders always engage behind the scenes before an announcement is made. Therefore, that's the announcement or the reaction this afternoon or later this afternoon. But earlier on, we spoke to the spokesperson of the man who has been announced as a provisional winner. He indicated that they don't agree with that because they believe that all parties must wait for the Constitutional Court outcome. But when I spoke to other sources there, they told me that Felix Tshisekedi is fully aware, and it looks like he is actually agreeing based on the fact that they excluded a number of constituencies, during voting. Yes.
Now, I'm told that South Africa has also made a proposal at the UN Security Council about the DRC situation. What is this proposal all about?
South Africa currently is a member of the United Nations Security Council for 2 years. At the meeting earlier last week, there was a proposal to have an urgent meeting. South Africa requested the Security Council to pack the meeting until election results were announced. Immediately after the announcement of the provisional results, South Africa then, on Friday during the meeting, proposed that there should be a mediation team of the UN that must go to the DRC, engage all stakeholders, while the issue of the Constitutional Court is also continuing, so that you are able to avoid a situation where there is conflict in that country.
So now, moving away from the DRC, let's go to Mozambique now. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa is jetting off to Mozambique tomorrow. It's very urgent. Why is this?
Well, today we're informed that the meeting that the president is going to Mozambique, and the question was why, and why we didn't know. And the minister said it's a normal discussion and visit. It was there, it was on the pipeline, it was on the agenda, it was in his diary. But my source tells me that it is based on the current tension between South Africa and Mozambique. There are two issues there. You have a South African, Mr. Hanagom, who's arrested in that country, and many people have been lobbying that he be released. South Africa is working through diplomatic channel to find a solution to that problem. On the other hand, the most pressing issue, you have a situation where the former finance minister of Mozambique is arrested in South Africa. a former finance minister.
Yes.
Now, the technicality here
Manuel
is
Chang.
that this former finance minister was part of the cabinet of former President Gebruze.
Yes.
And apparently, this might affect the former president. Now, the question is, from the Mozambicans, you, South Africa, are you saying you are going to arrest our former president should he visit South Africa? And now this is a very thorny issue. There's no way we will really get to know the finer details around this. And the question again is that, you know, that the ANC and Frelimo, you know, they have very strong relations.
Yes.
Therefore, if it is affecting Frelimo, former leaders and current leaders perhaps, it is going to create a problem. Therefore, my suspicion is that the president is going to engage President Nyusi, the president of Mozambique, on these burning issues. Of course, the press statement and the media briefing and the photo op will be, it's normal, bilateral. Yes, we touched on those issues, but we'll find solutions.
Thank you very much indeed. That was our SABC foreign editor, Sophie Mokoena, bringing us up to speed on issues around the SADC region.